have quite a few more things to say, but I might have to hold them.
Sorry.
I do want to, I guess, give a little bit of background on some of the things that Heather said. I want you to understand that, and if you want to go to people's rights /evidence, we've documented this quite well. And that is, and I'm just going to just lay it out as very quickly, but the Idaho law, the Idaho Constitution, and the Idaho Code is actually very good law. Now, there is some problems when you start getting to the code, but our Constitution is a very solid Constitution that protects the people. And same with the U.S. Constitution. One of the things that the Constitution and the Idaho Code does is makes sure that if a governor tries to act like a dictator, that there is ways and mechanisms to stop him. Now, who knows what the definition of, I think it was Madison's definition of tyranny. Anybody remember his definition? Basically, it's when all three powers of all three branches, the powers of all three branches of government are taken and held by one. That's the definition of tyranny. And that is, by definition, exactly what is happening in Idaho and many other states. But specifically in Idaho, where the governor has taken the powers of all three branches of government unto himself. Even to the extent that he just had a special emergency session to dictate to the judicial branch what they would allow in the courts when it comes to immunity or not. He has controlled the legislatures, and he has basically taken our Republican form of government away. Well, not basically, he has. It is the very definition of tyranny. Now, our laws here in Idaho are good. And they basically say that the governor cannot take emergency powers indefinitely. They say that he had 30 days, and after that he has to restore our Republican form of government, our representative form of government. However, if the matter is serious enough or enough of an emergency, he can extend it for another 30 days, which means 60 days. If he doesn't restore and lift his executive orders after that, then, and actually the law says, and maybe I should just read it. Let's see. 46-1008, no state of disaster emergency may continue for longer than 30 days unless the governor finds that it should be continued for another 30 days or any part thereof. The legislatures by concurrent resolution may terminate a state of disaster emergency at any time. Okay, then you go to 46-601. I got to get down here. And it says, the state of extreme emergency is basically, it identifies that, what it is. And then it says, in the event of an attack, which up here identifies that this emergency and the laws that the governor used classify as an attack, says, in the event of attack, the governor shall call the legislatures into session as soon as practicable. And in any case within 90 days following the inception of the attack, if the governor fails to issue such call, the legislature shall, on the 90th day from the date of the inception of the attack, automatically convene at the place where the governor then has his office. Point being that if after the 60 days he doesn't restore the representative government, that the and if there's a need to continue, the governor can call a special session during any of that time, right? Why? So he could get the people's representatives together, and they can decide how to react, how the government should react or act according to this emergency. And then if he does not do that, by law, the legislatures are to convene on the 90th day and ultimately, through a concurrent resolution, take that power back. Now, the purpose is very clear. It is to make sure that a governor does not continue his emergency orders, his, let me show you here, continue what is defined as martial law and active duty. The authority of the government is what he implemented. So he does not continue that indefinitely. It is to make sure that the governor can take care of matters, emergency matters quickly, take care of them, and then restore the representative government back to the people and back to the representatives, and not hold on to that power indefinitely. And we have a governor right now that has done what? Are we still under the emergency orders? Is he still using the authority of 46-601 and 46-1008? Yes. He even calls them what he calls rolling orders. I don't know where that is ever found in a Republican form of government, but that's what he calls it, rolling orders. Now, to me, and I'm going to give someone, if they would like time, I'm going to give them some time here. He can decline, and I won't make a big deal out of it. But to me, I am asking the question, is the state, Idaho officials, and this may include or may not include our elected representatives, are they going to defend our rights, or are they going to continue to be the takers of them? And so, once you've answered that question, and I think there's a good debate for that, I think you have to ask the question, well, if they are not going to defend our rights, then who is? Do we set up new guards? Or do we have to unite continually in neighborhoods and actually defend ourselves against them, just like we'll have to against the thugs that might come into our neighborhoods? Is that what we're going to have to do? Because that is the reality. That is the absolute reality. And that is the question that I have been wanting to answer and talk to you about. So what are they going to do? Because when Representative Scott says that the state's going to flip, you know what that means to me? That they're not going to respect our rights. They're going to try to make laws to take our arms away, to take our liberty to worship away, to take the right that we have to decide what goes into our body and our children's body away. That's what it means. And because all of a sudden now we have legislatures that believe in liberal ideas, all of a sudden now all our rights are gone? No, that's not the way it works. And so if we have a senator in here, and I respectfully want to give him some time to plead his case, if you will, to give us some information, and it looks like he's willing to do that. And so I'm going to turn the time over to Senator Thane, then I'm going to say a few words, and then I'm going to turn time back over to Ron. We're going to run late. It's just the way it's going to be. Sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm going to turn the time over to first you, then I'll take some, then Don will take some. Sorry, Don. And then we're going